So the players are taking to the field. A very warm welcome if you're just tuning in. We've gone live around the world here for the St. Regis Cowdray Gold Cup. We're on Lawns 1 and look at that beautiful view. We have got a pitch full of people. The sun is shining. We're in the South Downs, one of the most beautiful parts of England. We're about 23 degrees, 25 degrees today. It's got a little bit cooler. There's a breeze in the air. And we have a great drone shot being live streamed across the world. It's free to watch. I'm Carl Uda Martinez, and joining me is my co-commentator, John Kent. The castle in the background, the iconic castle ruins of Cowdray. There is literally nowhere better to be sat on a day, on a Sunday, for the opening stages of this British Open for the Midhurst Town Cup. Two teams coming to the field. La Dauphine Marquès de Riscal in the maroon shirts. La Hechicera in the blue shirts. Let's have a look at the lineups before the players come out. In La Dauphine Marquès de Riscal, we have at the front Alejandro Aznar of a handicap of 0 goals. We have Simon Prado of a handicap of 6 goals. We have Felix Carlos San of a handicap of 6 goals. And then at the back, possibly one of the best players in the world, going head-to-head with another best player in the world. It is Perotto Cambiasso, Adolfo Cambiasso's son. He's wowed us over the years. He's now 10 goals, the highest handicap you can get. And he takes the number 4 position for the maroon shirts of La Dauphine Marquès de Riscal. Then we move on to La Hechicera. We are very welcome to a big warm welcome to Pablo Galante, who takes up this new lineup. They played as a different team for the Cartier Queen's Cup. They're now regrouped as Hechicera with Pablo Galante at the front of 0 goals. Ned Hine, the brother to Louis. We just saw Louis Hine play in the match before for Park Place. Ned Hine playing in this number 2 position with 5 goals. And then we have these two at the back. Lorenzo Chavan. Watch this boy. He's just gone up handicap. He keeps rising within every season. He's just come from America. He's 8 goals. He is beautifully mounted with lots of great horses. And at the back, one of the best players, again, going head-to-head, cousin to Perotto Cambiasso. It is Camilo Heta Castagnola. He is 10 goals. This team is super strong. They have won the Cartier Queen's Cup at Guards Polo Club, and they are back out to ready to go again. They also, as this team, or Heta and Lorenzo, joined a team in America called Pilot, and they also won the Gold Cup and the US Open over in America in April. So from a US Open in April to then a Cartier Queen's Cup here in Windsor, and then now bidding for their first match of this British Open St. Regis Gold Cup. We have a look at some of the horses here for the horse list for La Dauphine Marquès de Riscal. Alejandro Aznar coming out on a horse called Nancy. Simon Prado on Cristal. Felix Carlos San on Libanesa. And Perotto Cambiasso on Figazza. These horses will chop and change throughout. Some serious horsepower coming to the field. Some of the best mounted professionals in the world, and these horses traveling from all over the world. Let's go to the Hechicera horse list. We'll go with Pablo Galante first. He is riding a horse called Incari Ranqueda. We have Ned Hine on Machitos Buenavista. Lorenzo Chavan on Paragone Sabrina. And watch out for this boy. This is one of my favorite horses, this one. It is Lollipop or Lulipop, Ciao Lola Lulipop. We'll talk about this in a minute. This horse plays all the time with Heta or with Barto, his brother. Camilo Castagnola on Lulipop. John, very excited. Midhurst Town Cup always bringing the community feel and that unique Cowdray experience. It's an annual event, something that was set up back in 1910 and obviously the Gold Cup 1956. It carries a lot of prestigious feeling to it, but also this is going to be a very exciting lineup because we've got two of probably the strongest teams that have been going head-to-head for a while, and then with the runoff and the Cartier Queen's Cup win for some of these players, I think we're going to be in for a good time.
No, we definitely will. Thank you, Carl. I think this was when it got to the semi-final stages of the Queen's Cup. This was the final everybody thought would happen. Aureus obviously defeated La Dolfina Marquez de Riscal in overtime that day, in a rare off day for this team in Burgundy. But the team La Hechiceras, they were Balance Capital in that Queen's Cup, who defeated all pretty convincingly as well. They went 7-0, and their goal difference was way, way above anybody else against them. La Dolfina Marquez de Riscal, they were 6-0. And it did look like that was going to be the dream final, the final we were all looking at, Perotto taking on Heta. But we get it here on this opening Sunday, and what a day it is as well for the Midhurst Town Cup to bring these two sets of players together.
So, as John said, La Dolfina Marquez de Riscal arrive at Cowdray with unfinished business, led by the electrifying Perotto Cambiasso and backed by one of the strongest young Argentine units in the game. This is a side many believe have everything required to lift the 2026 Gold Cup, alongside Felix San, Simon Prado and Alejandro Aznar. But as we have just been talking about, the strong Hechicera, just one of the most ambitious Argentine back polo organisation that's quickly become one of the most exciting teams we've seen. They've gone from medium goal to high goal, and Hechicera translates from Spanish, for those of you that might want to know, as the Enchantress, and the team has earned a reputation for enchanting their opposition by playing fast, by attacking polo, and by taking the opponents by storm with a blend of magic and experienced internationals and emerging talent. And that is often a referral back to their name, the Enchantress, which is very, very funny. I enjoy that little... They've already shown they can win. They've had back-to-back titles last year as well. Tripit challenges this year, and lots of different players playing for this organisation. They continue to make this organisation one of the most dangerous teams, I think, in the Gold Cup this year. Pablo Galante quickly establishing himself as one of the most rising organisations in British polo. The Venezuelan patron has built the team around chemistry and continuity. Umpires on the field, we have Ben Turner, we have Peter Wright, and we have Tim Bown as the third man. So, ladies and gentlemen, just calling the players in front of us here. Before we call them out to the grandstand and to the field, we would just like to show a mark of respect. One of the patrons here on the field, Pablo Galante, is Venezuelan. And we've been talking from Hechicera about the horrible things that are happening in Venezuela right now. For those of you that might not be aware, I'm sure you've seen it all over the news. There was the horrible Venezuelan earthquake where 20 nations or so have rushed to the aid of Venezuela. But within an instant, generations have been wiped out, buildings have been wiped out, towns and villages have just disappeared. And there's over 1,500 people have died, if not more. So as a mark of respect, could I please ask you to stand up, please? And we're going to do a minute's silence and pray for all of the people in Venezuela right now affected by the awful earthquake. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you very much. That showed. Wow, let's have a round of applause, please, and show some support. Thank you. I don't think I've ever heard Cowdray so quiet. So let's get on with the game. Let's get on with the Midhurst Town Cup, and let's introduce the teams as they go over there. They will go and line up and get ready for a throw-in. Alejandro Aznar at number 1 in the red. Simon Prado at number 2. Felix Esayen, number 3. And Perotto Cambiasso, one of the best players in the world. And watch this boy. He's like an artist. He's a painter. He literally smooth with the ball. He's dynamic. He's thinking all the time. But they're against a tough side. Hechicera are massive. They have Pablo Galante at the front, the Venezuelan. We show our respects. Thank you very much, Pablo. Ned Hine, the Englishman, a fantastic 5-goal player at the number 2. Lorenzo Chavan, one of the best mounted and best players, rapidly rising at the moment. And Hector Castagnola, 10 goals, cousin to Perotto. And when these two go head-to-head, fireworks happen, ladies and gentlemen. We will be calling their names a lot. This is exciting. It's their first game each in these groups, ready to kick off. Umpires, Ben Turner, Peter Wright and Tim Bown. So, John and I will guide you through this. There's a couple of words from the umpire, just making sure the rules are obeyed. We have 6 chuckers. We had a drama in the first game. Hopefully we have drama, but a good drama in the second, and it is Hechicera that works so well, and it's Lorenzo Chavan. He's tall, he's young, he's 18 years of age. But I think he's going to be a future 10-goaler right here. He leaves it for Hector Castagnola.
So Hector Castagnola takes control, looks for an early run. And look at Hector go, taking on Simon Prado. Hector Castagnola sends it down the ground, but coming back in defence is going to be Simon Prado. Prado stolen away. Hector in front of goal. Next shot, and it's straight through the goalpost. What a score.
So we have a thing about Hector Castagnola and his next shot. Well, I do, John. Ever since we've watched this boy explode onto the field, he was 16 years of age playing for Dubai, and he won in overtime, and he dazzled us with a next shot. But he is on a horse called Chala La Lulipop, Argentine Open Finals. It's played in Spain, in the UK. It's a black base, you can see. And it's about 14 years of age. It's out of Theologian and Chalo Bebota, and it is an absolute machine, and he loves it, and I love watching him play, and he's on it again, and he's gone away, and that's so fast, John. Look at him go. It's Lulipop, and it's Hector.
So Hector out in front. He's surely not going to miss from here. Hector Castagnola has missed.
Oh, John, what do we do? What do we do? Oh, yeah, that would be a very rare miss, though. Honestly, this boy will not miss that much, literally. He plays all over the world, ladies and gents. There's 2 styles of play here between these 2 10-goalers. Perotto, I call him the artist, the painter. He's very sort of transitional in the way he plays, where Hector, you just don't know where he's going to go. He's explosive, he's erratic, he's chaotic, but in a good way, and he's so super talented. Both players against each other. Oh, and there's a backhand from Hector Castagnola. He thought he had time. He backed it, but as you saw, the red shirt flying down the 12 o'clock line, down the field. And I think he's given away a penalty. Not a good start for Hector. He's gone wide, and he's given away a penalty. Maybe we need to stop talking about him.
Yes, an unfortunate one that there, Carlos. We know these umpires, they're so tight on if there's any sign of a turn across the line, they will give those fouls. And you see it here.
A big shout out. Thanks very much, guys, tuning in from Nigeria. Shout out to the Cowdray commentators watching the great match from Abidjan, Nigeria. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a 40-yard penalty to Perotto Cambiasso.
Oh, what a stop. What a stop in the 40. Out the air, Lorenzo Chavan. We're going to talk a little bit more about Lorenzo Chavan. What a stop that was. And it's going to be here with Hector Castagnola. Castagnola in between Esayen and Cambiasso. Now look at Hector Castagnola, the speed, but he's being tracked every step away here by Felix Sin hits the backhand, looking now on the turn for Simon Prado, gets left behind, and now Perotta stolen off him. Good play there by Ned Hine. We watched his brother Louis Hine in the last game. Now it's the turn of Ned, and he's turned it round the corner, looking to go in between Prado and Perotta again and picking up the line.
Try to go in between Perotta, but he has picked up the line, like you say, and there will be a penalty given there. Some people I can hear on the pitch side, John, just saying, why is there a goal? Why is it 1-1? The reason why is that Hechicera are a higher goal team on handicap and paper. So the Lado Fina Marqués de Riscal team are 1 goal less on paper when you add all of their handicaps up. So they've been given a 1 goal advantage on the scoreboard. We'll keep talking about that in a second, but let's go for a penalty for Lorenzo. Ooh, hit the umpire, but he's okay.
I think the ball did go wide, though. The umpire will just check it out, and we'll let the players. So a couple of 40s missed. So, yeah, just to explain that again, it is the British Open. So if it's 21 versus 22, it would have been 0 goals apiece. But what happened was Lorenzo Chavan, unsurprisingly and unbelievably, he came to England on 7 goals. He's rated 9 in the US. That's 9 out of 10, 7 in England. And they did put him up here after a Queen's Cup to 8. So if you go up to 23, you have to give the 22-goal side a goal, despite this tournament being an open tournament. That is why, I hope that makes sense, but that is why Lado Fina Marqués de Riscal started with a goal. But rarely, from these two sides, 40-yard penalties missed by both.
Yeah. The pressure of the Midhurst Town Cup, the pressure of going head-to-head in stage 1 of this tournament. This tournament, though, the league matches a little bit like a World Cup. Every match is important. Every match feels like a final. Every match, every breath, every ride-off, every move. You cannot take your foot off the gas. Now, as Lado Fina Marqués de Riscal, this is a great team. They've had a lot of presence in the last few years, and this is a lovely run using all the space here from Prado. Sin, sorry.
So coming down the ground is Felix Sin, his first time out here, going up towards the goal. Alejandro Aznar and Perotta Cambiasso is there. Perotta taking on Ned Hine. Look at the skill of this young man, just 20 years of age, but it's stolen away by the England young player, Ned Hine. Big neck shot there by Heta, but just left a little bit short. The pressure at the front coming as it's there with Sin again, and Perotta reads it perfectly. Perotta in front of Ned Hine again. Cambiasso reaches out, looks towards the goal, but the whistle is going to stop him.
Yeah, great defence work from Hechicera. When Perotta gets that ball, he is pretty deadly to stop. He tried to bring it back inside. We had one player go around. He did lean back, though, and try and go back for a ball after leading the line. And there was a blue player coming down the line. So they took that penalty, and they've taken it quickly. That seagull better not land on that pitch, otherwise it's going to get a shock.
So here now between Lorenzo and Heta. Heta Castagnola now behind him, Sin, but look at the time which this player just seems to have on the play. Heta Castagnola, the field is split open for him. It's Heta Castagnola making his way into the 60 with the shot. Castagnola, I said he wouldn't miss earlier. He doesn't this time. The goal is scored and Heta's on the board.
Just watching this boy, watching him go when he gets the ball. He's very, very hard to beat. He's brought so many good horses from Argentina and from the USA, and he is constantly changing. It's all going to come down to that use of horsepower. He changes very often as well. You'll notice that he'll go from 2 or 3 changes within a chukker. He comes from the Castagnola dynasty. His father, Lola, his brother, Barto, and he has won British Opens before, along with many, many titles. But these boys are on a roll. Lorenzo Chavan and Heta Castagnola know each other so well, John. For the last 6 months, they've been playing side by side, and they have been eating up teams.
But now it's here with Perotta, the cousin, of course, of Heta Castagnola. Perotta Cambiasso takes it up, has a look out for the left-hand side, looking to bring Sin into the play again. Felix Sin with the shot, but just wide to the right. The pressure of Lorenzo Chavan alongside him.
Nice ball, nice pass up from Perotto. He read it well. He didn't want to take it himself. He could have easily kept it, but actually he just saw Felix go for a little run and tried to pop it up there. It was just a little bit too much from Felix and wide to the right. But early doors here in the first chukker, 2 minutes to go. Both teams will be sounding each other out and just seeing how these horses feel. Remember, we had a couple of days of no play with the extreme heat on Wednesday and Thursday, so it'd be interesting to see how these horses and players feel coming into this. This is the grey, one of his favourites. It's a great shot up to Lorenzo.
So Lorenzo Chavan head to on the grey. Lorenzo Chavan in front, running through. Lorenzo Chavan scores for goal. That is Hector Castagnola. That is Sueca, the grey that has won best playing opponent. I believe it was in final of the Queen's Cup, and Lorenzo finishing it off through the goal.
Yeah, Sueca is one of his favourites, that grey, and literally when he gets this ball on this horse, nobody can touch him. And I mean that. You watch him now on this grey for the rest of this moment that he's going to play it, and you will not see anybody get that ball off him. He is unbelievable. But I just was saying about how these two know each other inside out. You saw the pass. You saw Lorenzo leave everybody else, go all the way to the top to receive the pass, and it was a beautiful pass from Hector up to Lorenzo. Whistle on the play, though, stops the clock on the far side. The ball's thrown in. It was hit to a La Dauphine Marquez de Riscal stick, first of all. They established the line, and it looked like Hechicera came across that in trying to defend out the line out. So a quick spot penalty to Perotto Cambiaso and the Marquez de Riscal team. Now, where's Perotto going to go? He's got Felix to his left. He's got Prado working up there. There's a long drive.
So sent long down the ground by Perotto, and coming back now, it is going to be Ned Hine. Hine brings it out here. Behind him now will come Lorenzo. Passed away again here for Hector on that beautiful grey pony Sueca, the 11-year-old mare, as it's sent down the ground. But here first will be Perotto Cambiaso swooping in. Goes for the little tail backhand for Felix S.I.N. The umpire's happy that the space was there as Felix just turns it back round again. Behind him will be both Perotto and Hector, so he's going to have to go on his own here. Takes it out the air a couple of times out to the left-hand side. Buzzer gone, 30 seconds until the end of the first as S.I.N. takes it round. Left the ball behind. You don't want to let Hector run on this horse. Here, slow it down and have a look to see where Ned Hine goes. Hine will stretch the play. Hector will keep it. He's got about 20 seconds to play with as Hector sends it long. And look at the speed here of Sueca coming through. He's going to do it again. Hector Castagnola, and it is another one.
John, that was unbelievable play, and I'm going to give a huge shout-out to Ned there. Ned Hine, the Sueca and Hector, off he went. Sueca and Hector, I like that. Maybe there's a new thing in there. Sueca and Hector, Hector and Sueca. I'm going to come up with something. I'll come back to you on that. Anyway, Ned Hine, unbelievable, not selfish. He took the man out. He pushed the man straight out. He took Perotto. And look at that. It gave Hector a Red Sea parting to score another goal. End of chukker 1. 4 goals to Hechicera and 1 to La Dauphine Marquez de Riscal. I told you they were good, but they've come out all guns blazing. We'll be back in the live stream in a few moments, and we'll be back pitch side in a few moments. Thank you.
No, la verdad que una organización impresionante, la onda que le ponen el día a día en la caballeriza, son muy buenas personas, te cagas de risa todos los días, la verdad que nada, me llevo muy bien con ellos y con Sebastián también, es la verdad que impresionante lo buena gente que es y la buena onda que le pone, nada, la paso muy bien, por suerte. Y bueno, como todos los chicos que le encanta el polo, tratar de jugar el abierto y ganarlo y llegar a 10 goles sería un sueño impresionante.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back for the start of the second chuck. And welcome back on Cowdray TV, Polo Line TV. Big shout out to everybody. We're getting lots of messages from around the world, in America, Argentina, Nigeria, somebody watching in Australia. What time is it in Australia right now? Let's have a look at the horses. Pablo Galante on Connie, Ned Hine on Regis, Lorenzo Chavan on GTJ. That's one best playing pony, and in Spain in Sota Grande as well. Watch out for Lorenzo on this pony. Super, super well mounted. Heta Castagnola on Nativa Sultana. And then for Marquez de Riscal, Alejandro Moonshine, Simon Prado on Ensenada Justita, Felix S.A.N. on Mensajera, and Perotto is on Miniscuela. Oh, this is one of my favourites, Miniscuela. Let's watch him and see how he gets on with those ponies. Right, game's in, ball's out, and we've got a lot of work to do for La Delfina, Marquez de Riscal, but they've got possession, John. Yeah,
I think between Sultana and Jade, they're two of the best lineup. As the shot goes long, we'll save that again just as it goes dead. Yeah, Heta out there on Sultana and Lorenzo on Jade. This is a real chucker where you're going to see those two running. We'll talk more about Lorenzo Chavan's the V8 breed as well. His father, Santi Chavan, who put so much into the effort. And pretty much all of the horses, not this one, are of that V8 breeding. But now, as he looks to come out here on Jade, Lorenzo Chavan, he will pick it up in front of S.I.N. S.I.N. Oh, he spins back round. Oh, he's stolen it off the two of them. How about that? Felix S.I.N. in front of both Heta and Lorenzo. He's going to run it up towards the goal. Felix S.I.N. with the score. And that is first field goal of the game to go with that goal they started with. Yeah, it's nice from him. Really, really nice. And this is what they do. They just take a moment to settle, but that's really lovely from Felix. He's so solid off 6 goals. S.A.N. just managed to find the gap, and they've just got to start using him. See, Perotto is just trying to sit back a little bit and push up to Felix and to Simon and just try and get them to work a bit more in the midfield, and he try and keep the back door shut a little bit more, try and stretch Heta and try and not lose that ball to them, because as soon as he gets it, you know he's not going to give it back, which is just about to happen here. So here now with Heta Castagnola. Felix went for it again. Heta said, you're not getting me twice. And now spins it round. Watch this mare go. Sultana, another constant best playing pony as it's here now with Heta. The pony just dances a little bit to the left. Left now here for Chavan. Chavan looks to go. Behind him again will come Heta Castagnola, but now it's the turn on Simon Prado. He got both of them. And it's Felix S.I.N. and Simon Prado who are doing the damage at the moment, but the double actor chasing him. Lorenzo Chavan looking to get him. It's going to be S.I.N. out in front. He's got another one. 4-3. The game has spun on its head. This is unbelievable, and this is great. You can't count these out. Both Simon Prado and Felix S.A.N., they're modern, they're aggressive, they're high-tempo professionals, and together they are really pressing hard defensively, but they're also opening up that attack. They run continuously off the ball, they create space, and Perotto finds that space for them. He passes the ball up, and they just execute absolutely brilliantly. Love that play. What a great play from Prado and from S.A.N. 2 goals in the space of 1 or 2 minutes. Brilliant. But now here comes Heta Castagnola. He put it under the stick of his cousin Perotto and now goes, look at S.I.N. coming back. He's going to get the near side play. That is wonderful defence by Felix, but it's just going to spin back round here with Chavan. Chavan out to the left. Chavan leaves it for Heta. Heta picks it up and sends it through. And how about that little play? Chavan saw it wasn't open. He left it. Everyone was watching Chavan and Heta. Yeah. And that's what we were talking about. They're like in sync. They are literally like twins. Lorenzo just knew where to put it, and everyone said, oh, we need to watch him. He just tapped it back, and then Heta sailed it into the goal. Beautiful play. They've been winning a lot of plays like that in the Cartier Queen's Cup. They've been winning a lot of plays like that in America, in Florida, for the high gauntlet season in March and April, and it's just beautiful to watch. Okay, so penalty's been given as they've come back. Yes, it's won by the umpires again. We've seen this twice now, that you need to have that gap again for newcomers to the sport here. You see the 2 white lines in the centre. They've got to give the space, and they're going to blow them quick as it's here again with Perotto Cambiasso, son, of course, to the great Adolfo Perotto. sending it out to the right-hand side, looking for Felix Sin. I've been really impressed with the play of Felix, and as I say it, the umpires blow the whistle on him in front of Heta, but he's had a really good start to this game.
No, he really has. He doesn't grab many of the headlines like the game superstars, but you ask any professional in polo and they'll tell you the same thing. He is one of the toughest, hardest working six-goalers in the polo circuit right now. One of the most underrated professionals, I think. He is every type of player that you want on his team, on your team. Right, here we go. Good shot from Heta. Look at that, and to find Ned Hine.
So Ned Hine out in front on the near side. Pablo Galante, but the umpires wondered whether they'd have a look there as Ned and Perotto came together. It might be a call, but he had to stay on the offside there.
Yeah, so he tried to take it on the near side, but Perotto tried to come in and... Yeah, okay, so it will be given to the red shirts.
Yeah. Perotto had the near side.
Yeah, and Ned should have gone not for it. So Perotto will have this. So, penalty to Ladolfina Marquez de Riscal. Ned Hine just drawing a foul against the blue shirts for that one. Should have given space for Perotto. So, here we go. Cambiasso, got to be 30 yards. Remember, Alejandro Aznar is back. He's the number one captaining and marshalling and patroning this team. He runs up to the top. Cambiasso takes it left, but he's got support behind him.
So it's here with Perotto. Cambiasso leaves it for Sin. Takes it to the right now, the waiting Ned Hine. Perotto will come back, but Sin, he's had such a good start to this game. Now going in between Hine and Heta. He's got the confidence to take him on. It's just going to go a little bit left between Aznar and Galante, and the umpires have blown a whistle there. It was Galante coming in.
Couple of penalties just happening in concession here.
Yeah, I wonder there, Carl, as we have a look on the instant replay now. Pablo may have been better off just letting this one go out.
Yeah. It was rolling, but in the heat of the moment. I just noticed, actually, Perotto's just changed again as well. So he's just popped off and changed onto another pony. Heta's changed. There are so many changes going on at the moment. Okay, so will be a 30-yard penalty. Straight down the line, the flag goes up. It's a penalty to Ladolfina Marquez de Riscal. It's Felix Sin that takes another one. What a game he's having, John. I'm enjoying watching him. He powers on through. He's silently working off the ball. He's the engine at the moment, the big core part of the engine in that midfield.
Yeah, really talented young player, Felix Sin. He's played a bit of 18 goal. He's substituted in a bit of 22 goal. He's been part of Yojo Caliente team, and it's a big contender year that he's part of now. As it's brought away here by Perotto. Perotto Cambiasso. Ooh, I'm not sure whether he went over the top there or that was a dummy, but it's worked out from either way as he looks to take on Heta, the two cousins, the two teammates in Argentina that win it all as part of that Ladolfina La Natividad organisation as Perotto takes it back. Stolen away. How about that? Not many players in the world will do it, and Perotto's going to have to go to get him there. What a moment that was as the two friends, the two cousins come together. It's here now with Ned Hine. Hine, behind him comes Heta. Heta, oh, did he get there in time?
Oh, are they going to blow him? Oh, Ned all right? I didn't see Ned. Oh, there's that off the ball. I didn't see what happened with Ned coming off. Oh, Ned got caught. Okay, so as Felix Sin was there, and as Sin was there, unfortunately the horse's mouth just caught Ned Hine. So Ned came through, and they both crossed in front of each other across the line, and I think the horse just caught the back of Ned. Completely unintentional, but he's just felt a horse's head right on his back. So he's okay standing up, but a horse's head, all of that right hitting, slamming into the side of you is going to sting, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, it does. The bridle work, the bits and all of that. Completely unintentional from both parties, just both in the way of each other. So we'll have a bit of medical time out for a second and just regroup here at Cowdray whilst we just make sure Ned is okay. So at half-time, ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you to go out and tread in the divots, of course. That'll be in about a minute's... minute's time. In another chucker's time. But when you do go out there, do say hello to the Cowdray Academy ponies. We've got Cowdray Academy here. If you fancy learning to play polo and you're local to Cowdray Park, they have a polo school called the Cowdray Academy. It's run by Charlotte and Guy Verdon. And anybody can learn to play. You don't have to be a rider. You can learn riding and polo at the same time. And some of the ponies and some of the students are going to come out onto the field at half-time. So please do go over and see the ponies and speak to the players. Whether you're young or old, it's never too old to start to learn this amazing sport, let me tell you. I was chatting to somebody the other day, and they started to take up polo at 74. And they just enjoy a little stick and ball and a little chucker, and they are happy as Larry. It does not matter how old you are to ever start. And the horses are amazing. They'll look after you and they'll take care of you. So Ned has gone off. He looks all right. He's going to jump onto another pony. Brother came over to see if he was all right, and everybody just to double check. We'll see what the umpires think on this one, because Prado was going one way. Ned was caught kind of in the traffic.
Yeah, just before, Kai, we saw the injury happen, just going back to that play. It's these players, you see them, they're doing all these little intricate backhands, and it always works so well, and you can see why they do it, but you do sometimes see it picked up, then the opposition will just pick up the line and go, and that's what we've seen here. So it's going to be a 5B. You saw what Ned and Hector were trying to do together, but La Marquez de Riscal, they were quick to it that time.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's really interesting. We were talking about these little pass plays, aren't we? Stop and start, and sometimes they don't always work. Okay, here we go. So, midfield penalty. Perotto Cambiasso, La Dolfina Marquez de Riscal, 5-4 the score. This is game on now, 1 in it. And what's he going to do? He's got Simon and Felix. Oh, wow. Wow. Has it gone? Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, pitch side here at Cowdray, you need to go crazy, because that was truly impressive. Wow. Perotto Cambiasso just decided to launch one. What, 80 yards?
80 yards and the rest, I think. Yeah. You just saw, he looked round.
100 yards.
He gave Hector a little wink as they went back to the middle of the ground together. 5 goals all.
Unbelievable. And that is how we can go. And that is why he's 10 goals against his cousin, 10 goals. It literally is Titan against Titan. It is unbelievable. It's like the World Cup. It is full on. Here we go.
So ball comes out in play here now again for Hector Castagnola. Back coming to do the block, but just a little bit of whistle coming in for play, and it's going slightly against La Hechicera at the moment.
Yeah, Perotto's going flying down the line on that one.
Yeah, he needed, Hector needed Ned to push him a little bit further off there. Was the basic instruction. And again, it's for speed. They try and do it, the speed of interchanges. It works so well 90% of the time, but when it doesn't, they give away a foul. But they don't mind too much. I noticed that about Balance Capital. They gave away a lot of fouls through the Queens because they try and make the plays. And it's riveting when it works, but you do concede a few penalties. It hasn't mattered too much from yet, though.
No, but that is 2 or 3 penalties that we've had in concession. So, again, and then it slows the game, so it gets the opposite effect, doesn't it? So, 40 yards to go. 40 yards penalty, 5-5, and what are we, 10 seconds or so, ladies and gentlemen. Perotto to take the lead. Cambiasso, he dazzled us when he was 14 years of age in England in the British Open Gold Cup. 14 years of age with his father. Here we go. Definitely through, and then some. And it keeps going through into the trees. They take the lead, La Dauphine Marquez de Riscal. They were slow to get going. They came back in the second chukker and said, right, we're settled. Prado and SIN have done an amazing job, and they're just allowing some more time now for Perotto to do his thing. 6-5, but you definitely know that's going to change in a heartbeat. That is the 30-second buzzer, but it's now before they go back to the middle. So pitch side, show your appreciation, please, for both teams. It's 6-5, the end of the second. And those of you on live stream, we'll see you in a few moments, and we'll be back for the third chukker.
Everything begins here. Every field, every crop, every meal. But across the world, the soil we depend on is under pressure. And the future of farming depends on restoring it. Safe rock, a natural resource to enrich the earth.
So welcome back, everybody. Third chukker just about to start. We see Heta just mounting here on the live stream. We'll have a quick look at the horses. Pablo Galante on Espiantanas. Ned Hine on the Erudita. Lorenzo Chavan on V8 Grappa. This horse, it can move. It is the grey. And boy, watch this grey with Lorenzo Chavan. V8 is the breeding. Grappa is the pony. Heta Castagnola, another one. DS, Delfina Solari Tostada. That is an unbelievable pony as well. Alejandro Aznar, Toxica. Simon Prado, Power. Corazon Valiente. Felix Carlos SAN on Testi. And Perotto is on Solari. A third chukker with the literally like a Ferrari, a Red Bull, a McLaren, a Mercedes, all lining up on the grid for the Grand Prix. It literally is the top of horsepower out there.
No, it's amazing. And this V8 breed, I've really enjoyed watching the Chavans. Nikki Sen and her Amanara side, they have supported them so well, and it's pretty much all V8. And this is right there at the top. You saw V8 Texas winning best playing ponies in the US. And now look at it go the grey. V8 Grappa, but it's chased there by SIN. Testi is a really nice mare of his as well, as it falls now for Perotto Cambiasso. Perotto taken on there by Heta. Heta steals it away underneath the pony. Picked up here now by Ned Hine. Ned Hine leaves it again for Heta Castagnola with the shot. Didn't quite find the accuracy this time.
Yeah, I mean, let's just take a moment to talk about Lorenzo then, John. I mean, this boy, he's 18. He won the Best String Award in America at the end of the season. So a season like this, but in the States, it's the high goal. He won multiple MVPs. He won multiple Best Playing Ponies, but he was awarded the Best String Award for his horsepower. He is seriously well mounted, this boy.
No, he's an amazing talent. I did just want to check with the White Crane team, but this is actually the first game he's played in the Gold Cup. He was part of a White Crane organisation last year, but an injury meant he was unable to play, an injury to a teammate of his. So it's the first time we are seeing Lorenzo Chavan playing in this Gold Cup. As it's taken out now to the left-hand side, and Lorenzo looks to swoop in, but it's Perotto Cambiasso. Perotto Oh, a rare mistake by Perotto. He left it behind, and in there comes Hector Castagnola. He knew exactly where he was going to be. No one else saw him coming. Hector didn't even look. And there was Lorenzo. Lorenzo Charan takes it out to the left-hand side, gives it back to Hector. This duo that won it all with Pilot over in the US. I'm sure Curtis Pilot is enjoying watching these two play, as it's there now with Hector again. Left as Ned Hine comes in, but taking it away from both of them is Simon Prado. Prado appealing for a foul. The umpires blow the whistle. It was Lorenzo with his stick in the air.
You mentioned Curtis Pilot. He's the patron of the team Pilot in America. Quite funny thing there, John. He surrounded himself with a brilliant team winning the Gold Cup and the US Open, but we had a little joke when we were over there in the fact that you added up his players, the age. So Hector, early 20s, Mackenzie Weiss, early 20s, Lorenzo, 18, and it still doesn't come to Curtis Pilot's age. You won't mind me saying that. We had a little joke about it whilst we're over there, but he was smiling all the way because he won some amazing trophies with this team. So the stop in play there will be a penalty, but we're just seeing, we talked so much about this horse, but he's just going to jump onto another grey, which I think is his other one, which is Wonder. Might be Wonder, V8 Wonder. He's got two greys. Grappa, Jade, and Wonder, yeah. And V8, we talk about V8 being the breeding. Texas V8 was named the Horse of the Year during the Florida High Goal season. And here in the UK, best playing pony in the Trippets competition, the Trippets Challenge, which was earlier on this season. A 60-yard penalty has been given to Lorenzo and to Hechicera. So he swapped over to a different grey. He's also very tall, and I often think how short he rides for such a tall player. It just looks like he shouldn't really be on these ponies, but because he's so short, but then when he gets off, he's so long, it's very deceiving, but he's such a light, quiet, calm player. It's unbelievable. Here we go, penalty. Oh, look at that. Is it in? It's wide. Wide to the right. Don't often see Lorenzo miss those, but he's 18. He's got plenty of years of taking penalties. Rapidly rising. He went from 6 goals to 7 goals to 8 goals. He's just absolutely flying in handicap. So, back reset. Burgundy shirts. La Dauphine Marquez de Riscal. Back to what they were doing before this chukker. In the chukker before, they were using SAN. They were using Prado. They were working hard and allowing Perotto to get the ball and make space like his dad and like he does, creating challenges. He's got it and he's picked it up, John.
So picked up here now by SAN again. SAN in front of Hine. Hine has to be careful because Perotto's behind as it's sent down the ground looking for Simon Prado. Prado now under the neck towards the goal, and that's just going to go wide to the right-hand side.
Interesting to see the dynamic. Interesting to see what horses get chopped and changed and who decides to play what in the second half. So close going in. We haven't had a goal for a while. 6-5. We'll stop and start as they try and find some groove.
Stolen away, but Lorenzo kept on fighting. Lorenzo and SAN. SAN managed to steal it. He's having a really good game. That defending from the front, we spoke about it, and it's going to be the open backhand. Good blocking work done by Ned Hine. The umpires were happy as Ned Hine takes away the stick. Really confident play. His brother Louis, he was so good in that first game, and now Ned's doing it all out here as well, as it's here now with the opposition, though, and Simon Prado. Prado. Behind him is Perotto Cambiasso, but stolen by Hector Castagnola. Castagnola takes it forward, but just reaches out. Got the speed to come round again in front of Simon Prado. Look at Perotto just sitting, waiting at the back, knowing he can't let them go as the umpires blow.
It got a little bit stagnant there, didn't it, in the corner? Got a little bit stuck down there. It went from sort of one person to another person, and we just got a little bit slow on the ball. It was a blue shirt. They tried to do the pass back again, so Heta tried to pass it back to Lorenzo. Getting caught in that was L'Adolfina Marquez de Riscal. So a quick penalty taken, and they have possession back for the blue. I feel like a goal is coming.
So Heta Castagnola sends it to Lorenzo again. The little flick backhand by Lorenzo, looking again for Heta Castagnola. Heta, just the way in which he's able to move in the transition to the right, so difficult to stop. Oh, Lorenzo had a look up, left it behind, and reading it, but not quite quick enough, was Simon Prado. Back again will come Heta. These two will do this all day long as now Heta picks it up. We saw Perotto score from this kind of distance. Heta's going to try and match him. Didn't get such a clean shot, but it is going to go up close to goal. Good play. Alejandro Aznar with Vittel, and they're going to turn it back around here with Perotto Cambiasso. Perotto, runners out in front of him. To the right-hand side is Simon Prado. Simon has a look to see if Felix Sin was going to run, but he doesn't. So Prado continues down the centre of the ground, in between Galante and Castagnola. Still now with Prado. Sorry, it is Simon Prado with the near side shot coming through as SIN, but here now with Heta Castagnola. Castagnola reaching out, putting on the pressure, so it's picked up now by Hine. Ned Hine will look down the ground. He's got Lorenzo Chavan in front. There as well is Castagnola. We're going in for final minute and a half or so of this opening half. Is bringing it back towards them will be Perotto Cambiasso. Cambiasso, rare mistake by him. Leaves it behind, and Lorenzo Chavan picks it up. Chavan, the open backhand, looking again for Heta Castagnola. Castagnola now takes it up into the 60. Perotto looking to stop him before he can really get ahead of steam, but the flyby as it's still there with Castagnola. Going in between two L'Adolfina Marquez de Riscal players. Castagnola sends it wide to the right-hand side. Good sustained pressure, though.
Good sustained pressure, but really good defence from L'Adolfina Marquez de Riscal there. They just would not let those blue shirts come into that 40, 50 yards, forcing Heta to do a long shot from out wide, and it has just gone to the right-hand side. Great defence, but really onslaught attack from the blue shirts. Back in play now. SIN and Prado really working hard. He's got Perotto to the side. Up he goes. Will he calls for the foul? He does. Does he think that Lorenzo is in the way? He asks the umpires. The umpire blows the whistle. Let's see whether that'll go in favour of the red. 38 seconds on the clock, 6-5, and then it's half-time. Remember, do go and see the Cowdray Academy ponies, and if you want to learn to play, go and speak to them. Here, Charlotte Verdon and Guy Verdon running that at half-time after we go some treading in the divots.
You know what's really impressive, Carl, just as we look at them teeing up this 40, is we were talking in between the last chuckers, 98 goals La Hechicera scored in the Queens. So what they're really doing, L'Adolfina Marquez de Riscal, is always a player
Hang on,
back.
let's just talk about that game. 90. You just casually said that. You just went 98 goals.
14 a game.
Yeah,
14 a game.
98 goals. Yeah. I was going to say that's for about 14 a game.
14 a game. All right, we're going to come back to my observation, man, because we're going to have a penalty now.
For a minute there, I thought it hadn't gone, but it had. Well done. SIN, he pops it in there. It is a goal to L'Adolfina Marquez de Riscal from the penalty. He did get it. Unfortunately, Lorenzo in the way. He's jumped off his grey, Lorenzo, popped onto a little bay mare, but the penalty was drawn against them. They've taken it, and they have now taken the lead a little bit more now. 7-5. Interesting stat, John, as we go into half-time. Do you want to be behind, or do you want to be in front going in half-time? That's the question.
7 goals to 5. We will come to that, but 7-5. So the first time with that goal on handicap, they actually now have outscored this La Hechicera side as it's here now with Lorenzo. Heta goes left. Heta Castagnola looking to pick up the pass. There is Alejandro Aznar, called off, but they're now swooping in. I think that's Ned Hine who just came in. It was Ned Hine, and it's gone over the goal as well. So that is one back.
Great goal, great onslaught, and great pressure. It was the Lorenzo pass up to Heta. Heta managed to get it up to Ned. Ned had to guide it in. It wasn't pretty, but it went all the way. We finish now, ladies and gentlemen, with the third chukker. It is half-time. 7-6. There's one goal in it. Please show your appreciation for both teams. live stream. We'll see you in a few moments. I'm glad that you are joining us for a fantastic match. Check out the goals from Benka Pinello from Black Bears from the other day's match, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you so much.
But no, really impressive as we're looking at it. He is MVP. Well deserved. 7 goals. So that's 50% of a goal. So that really, you spoke about the swing difference, what him or Rafino could provide, and it was Leon. It was actually Rafino, I thought, almost got the better of the first half, but Leon.
And Leon in the second, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Very, very happy. Look, lots of cheers from down there. Pandy is daughter. There's Gonza. There's Gonza. Pierres giving Leon a big cuddle. Definitely helped him. Look at Sebastian comes in and says, well done, young man. You can play with us anytime. There's his father, Jose. And also Leon was a new change to this Kazakh team. It was different because last year he didn't play in this Kazakh. But apart from that, the same team, isn't it?
Yeah, it was Chris McKenzie, obviously, last year. Nico Pierre, they're all going to him. They know he was the factor. But what was... Yeah, Gonzalo, great to see him there as well. But what was really interesting, as well as we do have a look at Gonzalo Pires Senior there, it was not only were they passing to more, but they changed everything. Leon, he was standing at the back of the lineup. That's normally where you see the 9-goalers and 10-goalers, but they were like, Leon, you know what? We're going to go in. You try and pick up the ball. You've got the momentum, and that was the overlap, and they used it.
Yeah, absolutely, and they used him well. I mean, look at that. So look at the drought there. You've got... 8 minutes, 24 on the drought, 6 on the 31. But like you say, look at the change in the penalty, in the fouls from 2 and 9. And then you can just see from what you won in the throw-ins, 13, 14, you know.
Yeah, that was 9 and 2 in the first half. We spoke about, and that was the story of Kazakh's Queen's Cup campaign, was they weren't winning enough throw-ins, and they absolutely turned that round.
A tale of two halves, John, today, I think, for this first match. A tale of two halves. And it certainly was all about the blue shirts for Jindal in the first half, and it was all about Kazakh in the second half. Ponies, whether that came into it, whether Adolfo had a few misses here and there, didn't see that they were connecting as well that they have done. But, look, early days, we've got 4 qualifying matches. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in and watching on Polo Line TV and Cowdray TV. Quick look at the penalty breakdown. You can see 30 yards, 1 out of 1, 40 yards. We missed one. We had 2 60s, 1 out of 2 safeties, and then obviously Kazakh had very low on the penalty side. Jindal Steel La Dauphina, 60%, and then Kazakh, 100%. Really good opening for Saturday. 2 more matches to come. Make sure you tune back in, please. 1:30 for Dubai and Fern Park. And then at 4:30, Clinova Circular and Shoreline. This is the map for La Dauphina, Jindal Steel. You can see not many fouls at all. Look at that. And there are some very nice goals. Really spread out, really nice fair ends, sort of similar. Let's look at the Kazakh map. You can see what a difference. You can see where the red dots suddenly appear a little bit more, and then a cluster more of goals. The scoring a lot closer. A lot of conversions from Kazakh were very within the 30, as you can see. Only a few outside the 60. So really interesting that they're converting. And that was very much down to Leon Donoso being within the 30 and 40 yards and finishing off, whereas Adolfo and the boys were shooting from quite far out. Quick look at some of the best goals. This one from Nico. Passes it up. It went all the way. That was an early one. It was a great shot out wide. Connected nicely. Oh, on the near side. And then he did a cut shot. Cut shot open. Gonzalo Ferrari. Look at that. That was a beautiful goal. That was one of my favourite goals out of the tournament, out of the match so far for that one. Nico, little pass up. It went past Rufi Merlos. It went onto the end of Donoso's stick, and Rufi just couldn't catch him. And what a game that boy had. Carries on playing like that. He'll be rocking and rolling, won't he? Rufi Merlos finished it off. And a nice little cut shot in all the way out. That was a great angle on that one, and it connected. Final score, 14 to Kazakh, 11 to La Dolfina, Jindal Steel. And it is a popular scoreline so far, 14-11, that we've seen a few of the teams ending on there. Lots of goals are being scored. We're hitting double figures quite a lot as well. Thank you so much for joining us here on Lawns at Cowdray. We'll be back at 1:30 for the next match. Dubai, who have been in 11 finals and 6 titles against Fern Park. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later. Bye for now. From John and I, we've had a great time. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Feel it more with Lineup Pro, the premium subscription from Lineup Polo. Follow every stat live in real time. Search any player and discover win rates, strongest teammates, and powerful performance insights. Search Lineup Polo and subscribe now.
Welcome back, everybody, to Cowdray TV and Polo Line TV. What a beautiful sight that is. Half-time here on Lawns for the second game of the day, the Midhurst Town Cup between La Dolfina Marqués de Riscal and La Hechicera. What a shot that is. Look at him smiling. He's a happy boy. He's one goal behind, but that means nothing at this moment. What I love about the tent down there as well, I love the flowers and the brightness. You often just get simple colours, don't you, at the Pony Players tent? And Hechicera with their fine rum. It's a famous rum company, bringing all the vibrancy of Venezuela. And Pablo Galante and Heta, he had a good run in Balance Capital, and now it's a similar kind of team. It's just headed up differently with Pablo Galante, but it's still Ned Hine and Lorenzo Chavan and Heta. Let's have a quick look at some stats there whilst we have that beautiful drone shot of everybody treading in the divots here. there was a big moment without a goal, and it was Hechicera that tops out at 10 minutes 50. 8:37 for La Delfina Marqués de Riscal. Fouls are pretty similar. Goals, obviously. But look at the penalty conversions. 2 missed, which is really unusual for the boys in blue. And 3 out of 4 for Marqués de Riscal, which could say that could be part of the final score results. Throw-ins pretty similar. And yeah, Chuckers won. So have a quick look at the penalties broken down a little bit more. Marqués de Riscal, 2 out of 2 for their 30s, 1 out of 1 for their 40s, but they missed a 60. And Hechicera missing both of theirs. SIN, definitely going to give him a shout out. I think Felix and Prado been working really well in the middle there with Proto, and we've been having a chat off air about their structure, and we'll talk about that a bit more when John comes back on about the... in fact, John, let's talk about it now. Hang on, John. Hold that thought. I'm just impressed by this marquee. Look at it. And he is so happy, Pablo Galante. He's such a nice guy. He stopped me yesterday here at Cowdray, and he said, right, I am looking forward to this. And he gave me some information about Hechicera. He told me about the rum and how he's so looking forward and pumped to play because he's taken over this team for this part. He didn't play in the Queen's Cup. Quick look at the map. You can see for Hechicera, you can see very nicely dotted around the goals, and then a couple of fouls midfield way and just before both 60s. Really interesting to see how stop and play maps out on the field and where the goals are fired out from. You just saw Heta in the last few moments having to take a few goals and shoot them from out far instead of dribbling them in his usual style, which is the way Marqués de Riscal is making them play. I'm talking about them. They've got a much tidier map, Marqués de Riscal. Look at that. Very simple, quite straight line. Very, very clinical, like Proto is. His style. He's an artist, he's a painter, he's fluid out there, whereas Heta, for me, he's stop, he start, he's a little bit more, you're not sure which way he's going to go, you're not sure if they're going to do that little tap back, you're not sure. Oh, why so serious, Lorenzo? Why so serious? He is very serious. He's having a little pensive moment. What a boy. Watched him in America playing for Pilot. We talked about it earlier. His father, Santiago Chavan. I mean, the support that he has from his parents for all of these horses. He's super well mounted. He's winning best string at 18. I mean, professionals in their late career don't win the awards of best string of the season award, and he rolls in and gets that, as well as MVPs and best playing ponies. John's with me now. John, he's 18. He's rapidly risen. He's gone from 6, 7, 8 goals. Future 10-goaler for sure.
Absolutely. And like I say, I was just double-checking. This is his first game in the Gold Cup. I'd say, I don't think he might say we haven't seen the best of him yet. He is absolutely electric. He goes so quickly, but he's just shown glimpses. But I think what's really impressive to talk about why we haven't seen the best of him, it's nothing to do with him. It's the structure that we were sort of talking about when La Delfina Marqués de Riscal are playing. No surprise that they are incredibly well coached, of course, with Adolfo behind so much of what they do. And
what you've had a good observation, though, haven't you? Tell us what you're watching and what you're thinking. I think you're right.
Yeah, it kind of struck me one time we were looking at Proto. He was almost walking about 30 yards behind the player, and I thought, you don't normally see Proto do that. But then it makes sense. You've got a team here in La Hechicera, who've come from that Balance Capital. Balance Capital scored an unbelievable 98 goals in the Queen's Cup. That's 14 a game. I mean, we saw them in the final. They got 17. And they were just absolutely unstoppable in the way that they attacked. And it's really clear how they've looked at, as we look at the top scorers in this tournament so far as we talk about those top scorers. And it won't be long before we see players in this team who are up that list. Pablo McDonald, of course, he's played a couple of games, so it's no surprise that he's up there, having scored quite so many. But
no, I think you're right, John, and I think these guys, it's their first game. So, yeah, like you say, I think Heta's going to be up there, isn't he, somewhere, and Lorenzo. interesting. You don't normally see that, but actually, you've just reminded me. So watching the semi-finals of the Queen's Cup, sitting on the sideline, watched it live. I wasn't commentating that day and just be able to enjoy it. And he did. He sat back in the semi-finals for the first few chukkers. And I think, though, for me, he sat back for a little bit too long because it just felt to me like he'd taken his foot, not his foot off the gas, Perotta, because he never takes his foot off the gas, but suddenly I was like, well, he's going to do something in a minute, and he's going to push, and he's going to go and do what Perotta does. And then suddenly we're in the fifth chukker.
Well, it's all, I mean, I can see why he's doing that out here against Lorenzo and Heta, because they transition so quickly. I do agree in the semi-finals against Aureus that beat them that day. Maybe it's not the tactic perhaps to go after them. They did lose in overtime, even though it was a bit of a comeback and a late loss like that. But I think that is how you've got to play this La Hechicera side. It's the speed of those backhands and the movements in which they counter, but they haven't been able to get around, and they're using, we spoke about in the last game, the kind of the gegenpress almost, if you're a football fan, that kind of mode of defending from the front and crowding out. And Perotto's done really well to use Felix Essayen and Simon Prado and also Alejandro Aznar, and it's, you know, I think surprising to see almost how this game has gone. 7-5, and I'm sure we're going to see more of this side coming back, though. As we do, just have a look at some of the highlights from this first half, as we just ask those here at the ground to come back towards their seats. This was a really nice goal early. This was the first goal of what I'm sure will be many for Lorenzo Chivan in this tournament in the years to come. This was Heta on Swecker as he just ran through. Great work being done by Ned Hine, pushed him away, and Heta did the rest. I'm not sure, Nets, we may well see. We're going to get the long distance at some point. No, this was the goal by Felix Essayen. Felix has been really impressive, Carl.
Yeah, it really has, John. I love watching Essayen, and I thought in the Queen's Cup he had some really lovely games. He's such an engine out there. He's such a worker. And we always talk. We've got to be careful, because sometimes you often say, well, you talk so much about the 10 goalers and Perotto and the Hetas and that, but it's a 4-man team, 3-man team, 4-man team, and without your Prados, without your Essayens, you're not going to get that space for Perotto. All right, let's have a look at some of the horses. Some of the horses here coming out for the fourth chukker. Alexandro Aznar on Gatuebla, Simon Prada on Paola Nena, Felix Carlos Essayen, Machitos Jemen, and Perotto Cambiaso on Ladybug. I love this horse, Ladybug. Keep an eye on Perotto. It's a cracking little pony. And she coming out in the fourth chukker. Let's have a look at Hechicera. Pablo Galante on Incari Floppy. Ned Hine, Monjitas, Chicana, Lorenzo Chivan on his grey. Is he on his grey? Let's have a look. Has he come out on his grey V8 Wonder? Can't see him yet. Maybe he's not on his grey yet. He's coming out on something else, but V8 Wonder. And then Heta Castagnola maybe coming back on Lulipop. Charlo Lulipop, he actually started the chukker on Lulipop, coming back out again in the fourth. Wonder is a grey, V8 Wonder, and V8 Grappa is a grey, so Lorenzo's not on Grappa or Wonder. I might just shout to him. Hey, Lorenzo, who are you riding? I think he's probably concentrating, John. Thank you very much for treading in the divots, everybody. Welcome back on Polo Line TV, Cowdray TV. Shout out to everybody watching. We've seen some brilliant play in the first half and a lot of stop and starts, but a lot of cool passing, a lot of little cheeky knockbacks, a little stops and little turns and little passes. And it's really nice seeing both sides doing that. Heta and Lorenzo are unique and created their own, but Marquez de Viscala doing the same. Great to see them here right in front of us and in front of the grandstand. Oh, he is on Wanda. Thank you very much. I've just had information. Wanda is not a grey. Ocho Wanda. The Ocho Wanda is not a grey. He is on Ocho Wanda. Okay. He is on a bay. Thank you very much, Mr. Garahan. Okay, here we go. Start of the second half. 7-6 to go for Chukka. Interesting game so hard. It'll be see what happens now, the game plan. How are they going to change their lineups? Are they going to change their way they've been marking? Is Perotto going to go more up the front or sit far at the back? There's the pass up and they attack in possession. Now they go.
So Perotto can be also being pushed by Chavan. Look how Perotto just takes it under his control. Ladybug and Perotto Cambiasso spin it round. Watching it there is Lorenzo Chavan. So left now for Simon Prado. Prado with the tap down the ground towards Felix Sin. Sin just wide to the right-hand side.
So replay shows a shot from Perotto. Feeds up to Sin. Sin literally 3 inches away from the right post. That was so close for Ladolfina Marquez de Riscal.
Back on the ground, we are with Lorenzo Chavan. Now, Lorenzo behind there. The on it coming is Heta Castagnola. Heta just brings the ball slowly. He'll watch and wait to see where Lorenzo Chavan is. Lorenzo, didn't get hold of it that time. The duo weren't quite on the same page. Rare to see that happen, and they just got in a little bit of a knot. Lorenzo looks at Heta and I think may well apologise there because that one is going to go up against them.
Yeah, let's have a look at this. So it was basically Lorenzo didn't take it with him. He got a little bit of a hit to it. And then Heta came in to try and take possession back. And in doing so, penalty 30 is going to be given to Perotto's side. So he's going to step up for this one. Will it be Prado or Sin? Felix. Felix shoots. Just inside the post, along the ground. He gets it from the penalty. It's a goal for Ladolfina Marquez de Riscal, ladies and gentlemen. And we are back to the middle. They increase their lead 8-6 here.
Carl, I'm so impressed by the way in which Ladolfina Marquez de Riscal, they've pushed every time Heta and Lorenzo, they've got to that stage where they're close together and they start trying those little flicks. And that's why we've seen a few fouls in those close situations, that defending from the front again. But this time now Lorenzo looks to run. Chavan out there to right. Look at Alejandro Aznar. Aznar gets there. Chavan has a look. Really good play, Alejandro Aznar, but over the top of the backhand. And Lorenzo will get a chance. Out there on Wanda, scores the goal. And the pressure does count in the end. Originally, Aznar did really well, but the pressure told.
Yeah. Ocho Wanda, unbelievable. Good little play. Congia and Libano. Well, Libano is a very famous mare. A lot of prodigy from Libano. He comes in on this chestnut and scores a nice little goal. Unfortunate there, Aznar trying at the front. So good. This organisation travels all over the world and it's such a big supporter in polo for Alejandro.
We've seen the same thing blown.
Yeah.
It's just going the wrong side of a line out. I heard spot hit blue. So the two previous ones, they've been against La Hechicera. This time it's against Ladolfina Marquez de Riscal.
So unfortunate for Ali. He had a nice little run and trying to defend up there and he just gets penalised for crossing over the line out. But here we go. Heta, and look where the net's going. Ned's shooting up with the purple. up the top there. Oh, the little pass back, and what's going to go here?
So it's going to be Lorenzo Chavan again. Lorenzo, now look at it go. The talent, the ball control of Lorenzo Chavan underneath the hook. Lorenzo always left it behind at the end of a backhand played. And just for a second, we were about to see some magic from Lorenzo. Now, Ladolfina Marquez to Escal. The chance for the counter was there, but sent back by Heta. And now it is going to be Lorenzo to finish. Oh, he's left it behind again. They got a bit lucky, though. It does go wide right. Two big chances. It is going to be a safety, but they would have taken that as Lorenzo brought down on goal.
Oh, what a cracking little mare. Wonder. He jumps off it and he says, right, we've done enough on there. I need to change. I'll maybe bring you out later. But two chances. He slams his stick to the ground after that one, knows he missed it, puts his head in the air and thinks, don't often see him, but what talent. The way he burst off to the left, decided to tap the ball a couple of times in front just to get it away from Ladolfina Marquez de Riscal, but they've still got possession. They've still got this safety 60 penalty, the corner, if you like, we call it. For those of you here, such a big crowd here at Midhurst Town Cup. It's not corner in polo like football. It's 60 yards out, but it's on the line where it went out. So this will be another chance for Chavan. Strikes it well. Up it goes to the left-hand side from the 18-year-old. We're seeing flashes of that brilliance and that exciting talent that we've been dazzled with, but he's just finding his groove out there. We see it now and again. Here we go. So Marquez de Riscal, they go left, they open up that space. Lorenzo's read that well, but it will be Marquez de Riscal. He gets hooked out of it, and he gets it back, John.
Look at that play, but how brave he was just going in there. Lorenzo Chavan, so good on the quick turn as it's in out. The backhand played, that was Felix S.I.N. turning first, though, is Heta Castagnola. The two 10-goalers coming together, the two cousins, Heta and Perotto. Perotto pushing him all the way back. And look at Heta Castagnola staying calm under pressure, able to bring it round, and he knew again where Lorenzo was going to be. Lorenzo Chavan now on the near side, taking it away, hooked out, net high now, looking to go around Simon Prado. Where's the backup? Is it going to be needed as Simon Prado gives it to Perotto Cambiasso, but the pressure from Leite Sarah, they're just knocking on that door. Can they make it count this time? Yes, they can. Heta Castagnola with a bullet.
Yeah, it seemed to kind of ground to a stop. It wasn't pretty, was it? It wasn't pretty. It wasn't open. It wasn't dynamic, but a goal's a goal. John, that was a nice gesture. I don't know if you saw that. Ladies and gents, and those of you on the live stream, you might have missed a lovely little moment there. Lorenzo Chavan cantering back for Hechisera next to Perotto Cambiasso, and they just did a little acknowledgement with sticks. They just, little clash of sticks together, little tap saying, I got you. Yeah, I got you too. Thanks, buddy. And that was really nice, either side of them. Just a little nod of, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, me too. Sorry about that. Great play, great sportsmanship. Here we go.
Great play there. That was, by Lorenzo Chavan, and taken away by Perotto Cambiasso in front of Heta again. Look how he reaches out. Oh, he used the blocker. I was just wondering. The umpires, I don't think, liked where he came from. We're just waiting to get it back confirmed.
Yeah, John, explain the blocking rule to those of the people here. We might be on that line, that blocking for the live blocking, but you saw Perotto having it there. But let's see where they decide, the umpires. But we can explain what happened there to you in a bit more detail.
Yeah, just going to wait and see, just to make sure the umpires do agree with each other. They have a third man, but yeah, you saw Perotto just leaning out. He'd got away and then coming in, stopped Heta from being able to get to Perotto, which is why you see that foul blown. You've got it. You can go shoulder to shoulder. You can ride off. It's a contact sport, but you can't cut off people's angles like that and block them.
It's a great rule that's come in not so long ago, and it really helps with keeping the game flowing. That transition from attack to defence doesn't stall the action. Here we go. So Heta Castagnola waiting, and there's the launch along the ground.
Heta Castagnola sends it up. There's going to be a couple of players feeling the line is there. And now Simon Prado, oh, you're brave if you're taking on Heta. And Heta takes it. Heta scores. And how has this happened? Suddenly, from down, they've gone to 9 goals to 8 up.
And that's how good they are when they turn it on. They just got to have all their ducks in a line. He took it on. He took Prado on. He just stole it literally like candy from a baby. And Heta steals it off Simon and then literally did not want that not to go in. He pummeled that through and straight up the bank into Midhurst. 9-8, they lead now. Again, they haven't led for a while. Hechisera, they have been behind for a couple.
So here now is Lorenzo Chavan. Look at the skill of Lorenzo Chavan. First took it away from Prado, then from Perotto, now takes it out the air. Lorenzo in between two, the talent of this player. Lorenzo out to the right, next shot towards the goal, just wide left, but that was phenomenal.
That was going to be a beautiful thing, It's just gone to the left, but do you see how he takes on one, he takes on two, the ball control, the stick control, the balance, the horse, sideways, lateral movements, the way that horse glided from left to right, just with a touch or a squeeze of Lorenzo. He's such a great horseman. He's got such great horses. I can't express enough how dynamic and how sensitive to touch these horses are. And the way Lorenzo rides them is literally like somebody in an F1 car. Everything is exemplified to the touch, and brilliant play. Now, they are talking a little bit down there, the umpires, and having a bit of a chat. And they're talking to the third man just about that last play. So we're looking at it here. We had a ride-off as Lorenzo went for that next shot. And they're going to have a chat about the contact of the Marqués de Riscal player next to.
Yeah, they're saying he reached underneath the pony with the next shot. The ride-off was good and it was just underneath the pony. So it will be La Dolfina Marqués de Riscal ball. Amazing play, though, for Speeder. God, we were talking at half-time how 98 goals scored by Balance Capital as they were. 14 goals a game average. It just didn't look like they were going to get there.
Again. 98 goals is a lot.
98 goals. It didn't look like they were going to get to about 14, and suddenly 9 goals, they are going to get there.
Unbelievable. I love the way you just say 98. It's just, that's a lot of games per game. A lot of goals per game. Heta. Marqués de Riscal. Heta on Saweka and Heta. I'm going to come up with something there. Here we go. Oh, he's left it, but he meant to leave it. That's fine. Up to Marqués de Riscal. He wasn't meant to leave that one. That was a mistake. But on the line is Perotto Cambiasso. And everyone can't believe it, John. You can see Lorenzo's out his saddle, appealing. Heta's just stood still like a frozen statue. They can't believe the whistle has been blown.
Yeah, they blew Heta there. He just came across and he was kind of in the vision of Felix S.A.N. as he came down, and that's what the foul was given for. It's a difficult one, that. Sometimes they kind of let it go with the space in front, but they did just decide, especially with being a goal-scoring chance, to bring it back.
Yeah. Heta back on his little grey. This is the one that literally people can't touch when he's on this pony. It is such a cracking little pony. Right, here we go, John.
So Perotto sends it out to the left-hand side. Netine coming across. Netine, good defensive play by him. We haven't said his name much, but he does so much work to give the space to the two brilliant players behind him. And here now is another chance to see Sueca go. We saw it in the first chukker. This grey horse, as Heta sends it long. It's a horse race now between him and Perotto. In there as well is Netine. Now look for... and going left there was Perotto Cambiasso. I think that may have been a bit of a decoy run to take Perotto out of the equation as we hear the first buzzer go. And it's now on the back line with Felix S.A.N. S.A.N. with the backhand, looking for Simon Prado. The umpire's save of space was enough in front of Hector Castagnola. In comes Netine, open backhand played. He's got about 15 seconds stolen, just enough of a touch on it as Hector Castagnola with the neck. Has he found it? Hector Castagnola, I think it's just gone wide left, but what an effort that was by Hector Castagnola.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a chukker. Please show your appreciation to both of these teams. We finished chukker 4 with Hechisera in the lead now. 1 goal in the lead. 9-8 it is. And those of you on the live stream, stay with us. We've got a cracking goal from Pablo McDonough from Akasha from some of their games earlier on in the week. We'll be back in a few moments. There are 2 more chukkers to go. This is going to go either way. Welcome back, everybody. Here we go. Start of the fifth. Everybody's back out. Let's have a quick look at some horses here for those of you pitch side and for the live stream. Pablo Galante on Pingasa. Ned Hine, I'm not sure about. Lorenzo Chavan, V8. Maybe Jade or Wonder. I think it's Jade. We'll have a look. Heta Castagnola. And now, horses start changing lots in the fifth and sixth, especially the way this game is going. It is so tight. A bit of strategy might be changing, and they might be telling the backstage crew that they might need a horse for a certain minute or two as they go. Ball's in play. And a whistle straight away as the ball goes in play, John. Lorenzo was the last one to touch it. It was Marquez de Riscal that fed it round. But then I think he went in there to try and steal it at Gisela. Yes, he did. He kind of circled around, tried to steal it. So, given to the red shirts really quickly. They're going to get possession. They've got to move out wide. Perotto now has got some time to breathe and asks his horse for a bit of speed and splits the camp a little bit. Let's see.
So Perotto Cambiasso went left. Now he goes to the right again. In front of him, Simon Prado. Behind him, Felix Essayen. Lorenzo Chavan taking on the defensive mantle. Ned Hine thought about biting in, but look at the speed here of Essayen. Taking on Lorenzo Chavan still, who goes back on this beautiful grey horse again. I do think it is Jade, but we will just confirm that as it's taken out to the right-hand side again by S.I.N. S.I.N. looking for Perotto Cambiasso. There is Castagnola, but Perotto is still there. Can he tie us up here in the fifth? Perotto to the right, still going back there. Perotto Cambiasso in between a couple of players. The goal is scored. And it is 9 goals all.
Yeah, he scored it, but he's not happy about the way it got scored. He's got his stick in the air, and he's saying that wasn't pretty. There was players in front of me. There was players to the side. There was players blocking me. There was players attacking me. But they've given the goal, and they'll take it back. It's 9-9. So close. We knew it was going to be tight, John. We knew this would be Titan teams going head-to-head, but we really are being showcased a great match.
So ball back and play all Pablo Galante. Lovely play by him. He's given it to Heta. And now running down the ground is Lorenzo. Lorenzo, they're not going to catch him. Lorenzo Chavan out in front. Half swing through the goal. Lorenzo Chavan, he has got another one. 10-9. Double digits on the board.
Yeah, instantly it can change, can't it? In that cracking little grey, the way it just moves laterally, sideways, left, right. He just got ahead. He couldn't catch him. Felix S.I.N. really tried to go back, but Lorenzo Chavan, he just had that extra stride, that extra beat, and that's his real technique. He just is in the right place at the right time. He knows where that ball's going to end up from Heta. If Heta's got it, he runs. If Heta's got it, he stops. It's like they're in sync, and they don't even need to speak to each other. Look at that. He knows where Heta's going to be without even looking. He brings it in here. He knows he's got Perotto, but he knows Heta will suddenly appear.
So here now with Lorenzo. Lorenzo leaves it once more to Heta. Heta to the right-hand side. Simon Prado, he waits. Lorenzo comes back in behind. Still now with Heta Castagnola. Back goes Perotto Cambiasso on the near side. Right in front of his goal. That might not be what it's... Oh, look at that. Felix Sin out of nowhere. Hit the neck shot. And somehow La Dolfina Marquez de Riscal survived that attack as it comes away now with Perotto Cambiasso. Left again here for Sin. Back goes Heta Castagnola. In again comes Perotto. Netine putting on some pressure up the front as well, and that's done enough to allow Heta to come on for play. Heta now just takes it out to the right-hand side. They've got to stop him now. De La Dolfina Marquez de Riscal. Heta Castagnola with the shot wide to the right-hand side. Big chance there, but 10 goals to 9 it stays.
Yeah, a big chance, but it is that good defence. Great defence from the red shirts. You can see they came in on Heta. There was Perotto one side. There was Felix Sin on the other, and then they just watch it go wide. Perotto brings this ball in. It is a modern style team, this La Dolfina. Went unbeaten through the league stages in the Queen's Cup. They defeated White Crane, Chabala Pampo, Signet Segares, Giri. They reached the quarterfinals and the semi-finals. They lost a dramatic semi-final against Aureus in overtime. But Perotto is just putting on the pressure here. But Lorenzo, it's back to him again, John, or falls back again to Marquez de Riscal. Great backhand.
Lovely backhand by Simon Prado. Coming now onto the play will be Sin. Leaves it. Look at the speed of Perotto. Perotto in between Netine and Heta. Perotto Cambiasso near side. Can't find the angle this time. Good pressure in defence there by Netine.
Yeah, really good. Just put enough on there that near side just couldn't quite get connected from Perotto, but he is pushing. He's pushing hard. He's trying to get in there. He's trying to get that ball on the side. I mean, what is he now? He's 20 years of age. He's played so much all over the world. He's regarded as one of the best players in the world, building on his father's legacy, but forging his own unique style, his own confidence to lead teams. Wow, this is going high.
So here now with Ned Hein. Leaves it again for Heta Castagnola. Castagnola looks to pick up the run of a ball, being chased over. But look at the speed. He just opens it up. It looks effortless for that horse, but Heta left it behind. And Perotto is coming. Perotto now gets away from Lorenzo. Lorenzo will try and cut down the angle in the middle as Perotto hits the next shot. These two young superstars, 20 years old, takes on 18 as Perotto appealing for a foul. The umpires are happy. Lorenzo Chavan. And now the counter-attack as the game opens up here in this fifth chukker as Heta Castagnola in behind. Ned Hein comes as it's still now with Castagnola looking to take on Simon Prado, and good play as well by SIM, but still so strong in those short plays. Staying with it is Castagnola to the left of Cambiasso. Castagnola has to look up. He's going to dance around all of them. Look how he just brings the ball, takes it left, hits the cut shot. Oh, it's gone wide to the right-hand side.
Gee, I thought that was going. He holds his hand in the air and he's appealing. They're looking, they're talking, they're trying to talk to the umpire. But what pressure from one end to the other. From the other end, they thought they had the foul. Perotto, he looked up, he said, surely Lorenzo's come and fouled me there. There was no whistle there, so the counter-attack from Heta all the way back down the field. If one side attacks, the other side is desperately defending and vice versa. It's amazing. Heta on Mamushka. Dolfina. No, Mamushka for Heta. He's just getting off that and changing onto another one. He was on Mamushka. That was a cracking little pony. What we got? 30 seconds, 15 seconds. 10-9. It is in the fifth, ladies and gentlemen. So tight. Just like we went to overtime in the first match, the Jack Gannon. It is Cambiasso. That'll bring that now. Heta on Dolfina Sofia Tostada. He started the third chukker on Tostada. He's back on Tostada now.
So taking it around it clear, but again that pressure of Hector Castagnola. He defends from the front as it's here now, taken away by Ned Hine. Ned Hine. Behind him is Hector. Ned's had a really, really good game. Like I say, it's not always taking the glory, but he does so much work to give this player, Hector Castagnola, the space. And now he may get a chance as it falls here for Simon Prado in defence. Prado to bring it away. We've got a few seconds left here before the first buzzer goes, as the umpires, I don't think, quite like the angle of a ride-off there.
Yeah, there really are. The goals are coming in from all different angles. It's very stop and start. It's literally every single moment they're on the ball. Everybody is on top of each other. You mentioned about Ned Hine there, John, and watching him in the Queen's Cup and watching him in the semi-finals and the finals, the semi-finals, sorry, his confidence has grown so much. I think even in the last year, the polo he's been playing in Argentina and America, and his confidence is growing and his ability is growing. He's becoming that real key player in the midfield, isn't he?
Now, the organisation as well, to have him as well mounted as he is. We saw how well mounted his brother was, his father Andrew Hine. He takes so much pride, not only in them, but also their sister Millie Hine. 10 goals in the female sport. Oh, how about it, Perotto? He's got one from here. Is that two? No, he just looked up to the sky. Very, very close.
Yeah, he got one from there earlier, didn't he? I mean, two's just showing off, John. That will be the chucker. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for both teams. It is the end of the fifth. There's only one goal in it. There's only one more chukker to go. It's going to be very interesting. Will it fall to the powerhouses of Hechicera, or will it fall to the organisation that is so smooth? Alejandro Aznar's La Dauphina Marqués del Riscal. It could go either way, and they both have unfinished business. Let's see. We'll be back in a moment.
Feel it more with Lineup Pro, the premium subscription from Lineup Polo. Follow every stat live in real time. Search any player and discover win rates, strongest teammates, and powerful performance insights. Search Lineup Polo and subscribe now.
Welcome back, everybody. This is a good game, isn't it? I hope you're enjoying it. Had some shouts out from Argentina, shouts out from Nigeria, from Australia. Let's have a look at the horses for the sixth chukker. Costes for Pablo Galante. Bonitas Chicana for Ned Hine. V8 Grappa I've got down here for Lorenzo Chavan. And Hector Castagnola on Nativa Sultana. And Marqués del Riscal, Tiago for Alejandro Aznar. Power Corazon Variante for Simon Prado. Testi for Felix Carlos Etienne, and Ladybug for Perotto Cambiaso. Ladybug, he had a little run out earlier, or she did. And Perotto's decided to bring back out again.
So the great, this one, like you say, is Grappa. We'll try and get out. So Jade is the darker one, Grappa's the lighter one. The two greys of Lorenzo Chavan. Grappa, the V8, the homebred, the Chavan Tenora mix. Wonderful to see. As I say, I'm sure Nikki Sen is watching. She's put so much into the supporting them, and they've seen so much success as well. The younger brother, 15, 16 years of age as well. He's coming up over the next couple of years. As it's sent out right, and it will now be a chance for Lorenzo, picking up the play in front of SIN. SIN on Tasty. Lorenzo sends it to Ned Tyne. If that's the trouble, you watch Lorenzo and Heta, and occasionally, coming in there.
Nice.
Felix SIN. Now, who turns first? Of course, it's Heta Castagnola. Heta just looks out to the left-hand side. He's got Ned Tyne with him. Ned wondered whether he might leave it. Instead, he chooses to take the man, and it's here now with Heta Castagnola to the right-hand side. Good play by Pablo Galante. Look how Galante takes away SIN, and it just gave Heta the space to move, and then the dummy leave. Heta Castagnola taking control. Now he does leave it for Lorenzo. Lorenzo, we saw what he was looking for, but it just curls wide to the left.
Yeah, we saw what he was looking for. I think he actually had a little moment there. You could kind of see the speech bubble in his head. He went to go for it, and he actually paused just for like half a second because there was a lot of traffic in front of him, and we were right behind him on this line, and he was going to power that through, but he just paused for a millisecond because there was too many people, and I think in doing that, he just hooked it left. He didn't want to get done for hitting into traffic. That's unfortunate for him, but it's back in possession for Marquez de Riscal. Ned Hine with a beautiful backhand, and look how that pony turned, John. Heta Castagnola, that pony, that's backhand, it stopped, it turned, and he's away.
So Castagnola, but look how Perotto Cambias on Ladybug was able to catch him. Perotto takes it across his goal again on the near side. He's done that several times today. The last one nearly went wrong, but the confidence of a player, he does it once more, and he's still now in front of Heta Castagnola. Heta putting the pressure on again from the front. In comes Heta, but the umpires come to Perotto's aid.
And he's going to change. He's going to jump off Ladybug. He's had a good run on her. Once again, you watch Perotto. He'll go and chop onto something else. He had the ball. He had it through. And then as he played that ball, Heta came in straight underneath his arm to steal it. So he knows he's got the penalty. He's utilised that to quickly change. And then they will come back in possession. They are 1 goal behind with 5 minutes to go. They need to get a goal out of this set play. What will they bring to the table? He leaves it now for his teammate. Perotto goes midfield. He's got Prado and SIN working well. He's now taking it forwards as well up to midfield.
So here now with SIN. They've just got a gap for the second. Stretching the play in front is Asnar. Now watch for the speed of Perotto, but out of nowhere, that was Ned Hine who got the hook, and turning onto it again is going to be Perotto. The umpire's happy for the play to continue. Adolfo Cambiasso Jr. Perotto just turns it back round again. Behind him is teammate Simon Prado. Perotto sends it long down the ground. It wasn't the cleanest, but it's going to work. So it's here now with SIN. SIN leaves it for Prado. Prado, the double attack at the front. Prado leaves it. Who's got the backup? And it's going to be Castagnola to bring it away. Castagnola spinning round in front of the defence, and look for Lorenzo out in front. Lorenzo, is he going to pick it up? He's gone if he is. And look at Asnar coming back. It's Lorenzo Chavano Grappa, but look at Alejandro Asnar. The speed on that horse coming back. He can't quite find the backhand, but it slows him down. Does Lorenzo Chavan find it? Yes, he does, Lorenzo. And he points towards the crowd. He's celebrating. It might be a little early for that.
Well, I don't know. I think they know he's going to jump off that horse now and jump onto something else and come back out. He goes on to another grey. That might be... No, he doesn't. That's Swecker for Heta. Heta and Swecker. Wow, what a goal, ladies and gentlemen. He punches the air. He roars like a lion on the screen there as he goes through the goal. But unfortunately, is he celebrating too early? I don't think so, because I think they're doing really well, but they've still got plenty of minutes to go. 11-9 it is. It could be in the bag for the Blues, but Perotto and his team have got moments to steal. And this might be... Pressure's on. Perotto's like, no, surely not.
He thought he had the space in front of Lorenzo. He needed to stay a little bit straighter. He did have a space, but he came across in front.
Yeah, unfortunately, horse was just too far to the left-hand side. He could have played it on the near side, but...
The They are just going to talk. They do have the third man. They do confirm.
Yeah, they're going to move it up as well. The direction of play. So good to see so many people here, John, for the Midhurst Town Cup, isn't it? There's about 7,000 people expected here. I think it looks like that today, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's one of our favourite days in the calendar here at Cowdray. Thank you so much. All of the local community have come down to support this sport. We do keep going all the way through until the end of September, this tournament through until that penultimate weekend of July as well.
Bringing out the big guns on the horses. So, Lorenzo Chavan, the 18 years of age. That's another thing to remember, ladies and gents. 18. "40-yard penalty, hits it, up it goes. They point that it goes wide, but no, it doesn't. The flag goes up. Marquez de Riscal said they thought it had gone wide, but no doubt about that. Everybody said yes, back to the middle, and that might have been it, John. That might have closed the door a little bit. They've made it very hard for these red shirts to come back with a 12-9 lead with 2 minutes 30. So they've got another 30 seconds of play before the pressure's really on. Oh, that's good from Ned. He found a horseshoe on the... And been thrown over by the umpire. Good spot from Ned Hine. Here we go. Line-up. It's going to be so important. Who wins this line-out? And really, Marquez de Riscal need to win it. And they have.
So they have with Perotto. Perotto and Lorenzo coming together. Perotto just gets the better of him. Back goes Hector Castagnola. Got a little tap, but Perotto still getting there. But Hector Castagnola is everywhere. Hits the backhand, and they've let Lorenzo Chavan go again. Lorenzo just takes it out left. I think he just needed to slow it down, so he'll have a look to see where Hector Castagnola goes as Lorenzo sends it up looking for Pablo Galante. Galante, it's been really nice to see him out here playing his first Gold Cup game as well as Asnar gets back. Asnar, the tail backhand played. There again is Castagnola as the umpires blow the whistle.
So we have 2 minutes on the clock, ladies and gents. It's 12-9. Now it can be done. There can be things like penalties given and penalties converted. But if this swings which the way I think it's going, it might just close the door a little bit more on the red shirts.
Carl, I love the way they've changed their game in the second half. Like Sarah, we were talking, and it was that close defending. We weren't able to see Lorenzo and Hector playing the way they did in the Queen's Cup, which absolutely bamboozled everyone. And they've changed it. They've hit it longer. They've run it more. They haven't done so many of those close combination plays that, you know, like I say, beat everyone hands down in guards. And we've seen another dimension to their game here in the second half. And Lorenzo has grown more and more into this contest as well.
Yeah, I think that's really, really good points, John. And I think Perotto and his team have made them have to do that, made them have to adapt to that. Here we go. Oh, it's gone wide to the right-hand side. There's a whistle. Did it hit a stick? Alejandro Asnar is talking to the umpire. On the replay, we'll watch the VAR. It's been given. The goal has been given, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to close the door on the red shirts. The ball went through. They were just checking. We checked the VAR. It has been given. And now, with literally a couple of minutes, 1 minute 52, that is going to be really hard now for Perotto and the team to get back. The Hechicera have adapted their play. They've brought it so hard, the red shirts. They've made it tough for these guys. But they have been able to just keep the pressure on the blue shirts for Hechicera.
Yeah, no, the pressure, it always tells not to say these Hechicera boys. If you are in Midhurst tonight, they may well take the celebration to Faustino's as the evening goes on. As it's here now with Lorenzo, I guess the question is, Carl, are they going to get to that 14 number we've been speaking about?
Yeah, so we've got a little thing going at the moment, a lot of games. I think there's been about 3 or 4 games so far in these opening matches where the final score has been 14-11. And their average is 14 from the Queen's Cup. 98 goals scored over the Queen's Cup. Hetter's going to quickly go and change. He decides that even though they're winning, there's a good opportunity to keep these horses rotating, keep these horses playing, keep these horses fresh. And that's a big thing here. The key is this tournament is tough. It's hard. You need to have enough depth of horses in order to last the tournament, John. It's not just about this match here. They have 4 qualifying matches, which all feel like a final. They then have a quarter-final if they get through to those stages, semi-finals and finals. You need to have horses, and that is the key to this. Here we go. Penalty taken by Perotto. Oh, yeah, you don't see that. He's put it wide, John.
No, Perotto Cambiasso goes wide, and that's the pressure that they've just been putting on. I think either way, they weren't going to get back into it, but it's been a frustrating second half for this La Dolfina Marquez de Riscal side as Perotto Cambiasso looks to try and get double digits on the board for his side. Still there is Perotto. The near side played by Ned Hine. Out goes left as it goes up over the boards.
Yeah. 53 seconds. Well, what a match. What a tournament so far. We had such a great day today, and these two teams watching Heta go head-to-head against Perotto. And a big shout-out to Felix Sayan and Simon Prado in that red side because they've been really making it tough. And we've kind of said that they've changed their play, Lorenzo and Heta. They've had to. They haven't been as fluid as usual, but they still have the amazing talent. And this boy just amazes me every time he gets the ball. He's 18 years of age and he's running to goal. He's tapping, and he shoots and he scores. Unbelievable. Another one. We've hit the 14. We said we wanted 14. It's 14-9, John. There is something about 14. And what a goal. Lorenzo Chavan, tap. They couldn't catch him. And in it goes. Beautiful goal. He punches the air. He swings and dances. And he will be in Faustino's tonight partying in Midhurst.
He will be, and there goes the buzzer.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation pitch side. Give them a round of applause. You have been graced by 2 huge talents of teams, organisations and players and horses and the grooms and the umpires. What a day. What an organisation from both sides. We thank you so much for joining us for the Midhurst Town Cup. We will be doing a presentation for this Midhurst Town Cup afterwards, but well done to both teams. Unfortunate for La Dolfina Marquez de Riscal for the runners-up. They couldn't quite do it, but well done to Hechicera, their first run out as this team line-up. And, of course, Lorenzo Chavan takes MVP. I mean, we said, John, to be honest, Simon Prado, for me, and Felix Sayan, they were really good. But I think, you've got to give it, haven't you, to... Oh, we're back on. Well,
we also... Yesterday, there was a game, we spoke about a game of 2 halves. I think this was as well. And Heta, in the same way you saw the young player yesterday, Leon Donoso, Heta turned it round here in this second half as well. And I really impressed how we know how good he is in attacking and moving forward, but he showed a bit of change in his game today as well.
Yeah, he really did. And you've got to remember, he's 18, but he's risen through the ranks. One of the brightest stars. And just coming off a sensational 2026 season. Winning the USPA Gold Cup, the US Open and the Cartier Queen's Cup, and collecting MVP honours and Best Playing Pony awards along the way. He is blessed, though, with exceptional horses. I mean, he's 18, and the support from his family, from Santiago and from Nikki Sen, as you said, that she's been a massive supporter of Lorenzo along the way. He's definitely being recognised as one of the most well-mounted professionals.
No, absolutely, and with the breed as well. I think also we spoke so much yesterday about Barto and how he has now come to play so many of what were Hetter's horses last year. Hetter, I believe, has 25 horses here this year.
Yeah.
So he's bought them in numbers. He knew he wasn't going to have that same supply he had when he was part of a Dubai organisation. And they're taking this seriously. They want to do the double. And they've bought in all of these horses to give themselves the best chance possible.
Yeah, and what is it that he brought yesterday, Dubai? 15 horses he brought himself, and he was changing all the time. He was getting those ponies out. John, it's been a great day, hasn't it, as we watch the man. How calm and relaxed he is. I mean, do you think, can you imagine if he gets this? He goes from a US Open, he then goes to a Queen's Cup, and then he goes to a British Open. I mean, that 26 is a good year.
Well, don't forget the Argentine Open before that as well. The Triple Crown before that.
Okay, yeah, fine. So he's going for the triple.
Yeah.
I meant just sort of, yeah, okay. Well, let's add that to the mix.
Let's add that to the mix. Don't forget. Yeah, that's small deal.
Hey, let's not forget the Argentine Open. Okay, we got some good goals coming in, and what good goals we had. Some good highlights from both sides. We're going to leave you with some goals at the moment here at Cowdray. Enjoy these great goals. We hope you've enjoyed today the Midhurst Town Cup. We thank you so much for tuning in. We are live every day nearly. Matches, do check the listings, Cowdray TV, Polo Line TV. But it is a win to Hechicera. Thank you so much for joining us from John Kent and myself, Carl Uda Martinez. Stay classy, Cowdray.